Well, hello. Welcome to the new dating site. Hi, I'm Magic Shoulder. Good to know you. This is me. Hey, everyone. I've decided we should turn TikTok into a dating site. Why? One, quality of anything on TikTok overall is getting worse and worse and worse, as we know. And dating sites themselves, I've looked into a couple a little bit, and wow, you do a summary. Some are real short. You're just a little space. Some lengthy, but I know just how they all won't let you say a lot of things, which are factual. But anyways, so very limited, and it's just a list. Check, 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 check. What you are, your height, your age, your occupation, your education, well, anyways, that's actually a lousy system. It's a lousy system. Why? I'm going to use me as an example. That's why I ignore them. Simply because occupation. Where should I begin? Now, those of you who have seen my videos, my occupation, I mean, I could list 20. My gosh, if I did that though, see, it would make it look like I've been fired from, I can't do anything right. Which isn't quite the case, because most of those companies and businesses and enterprises I've owned, I've started, excuse me, I've founded. But, it's kind of different, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not quite a bum, am I? But that's what it would appear. And if I say too much, I sound like I'm bragging. If I say too little, I'm hiding. And if I'm saying more, I'm lying. If I say less, I'm hiding. Well, what's the answer? Maybe TikTok. Maybe we can make TikTok worth something more than just a marketing place, or a place for mostly ladies to make guys stay there, because now the TikTok can say, look, the viewers, they stay a long time, so you should advertise. And sell stuff, etc. And there's so many fakes on here. My God, so many. I think the numbers are in the teens, but I think it's a lot higher than that. And they're very persistent. So, but here, let's make this into, excuse me, into a dating site where what? Hey, you can see me, you can hear me, you can tell if from my tone if I'm cocky or nasty or full of myself or whatever. Again, by my tone, my demeanor, what I say, what I could show, and so forth. And things like age, education, and cut that all out. Because does that matter? I mean, if I fell up the road here, well, actually, it fell up the road over here and over here, both quarter mile away. One's above a PhD level, hasn't done very well with anything, versus an 8th grade dropout, literally, who's worth $100 million and is very worldly, nice guy. So education doesn't mean much. And for those of you with your list, he or she's got to have this. Wow, exactly. That's why I'm talking with you right now. This is a great dating site. Education doesn't matter. I know a lot of people who, let's say they've never been more than a server, a waitress, if you will. But yet they're brilliant. Somebody that, it's awesome. I know lots of PhDs and MDs and excuse me today, MBAs and whatnot, teachers and professors and nurses and doctors and high up people. Whoa. Intelligence? No. 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 They're just good regurgitators of information that they had to recall to pass. Now they regurgitate it down. No. So anyways, yes. And hey, a little bit about me, my age. Well, what do you think? See, you have to know the number. I can just say this, active-wise and health-wise and in good shape-wise, I got more than more than half the country beat of all ages. So does age mean anything? I'm of legal age, yes. Financials. Well, from your profession, we can tell that. Really? Again, that PhD plus I was mentioning, you sure couldn't tell by looking at his financials how successful. If you're going by his education level, you're sadly mistaken. And I've known a lot of lottery winners, big lottery winners. They're bankrupt. So let's talk some more with all these classifications. This is a great place to talk, to get to know each other. With that said, where do I live? I'm about 1 hour from Buffalo, New York. Buffalo, New York. So look at the map and I'm there. And yes, am I adaptable? I certainly. Oh, am I single? I should say that too. Yes, I am. I'm a widower. I lost my wife of many, many, many decades. Over a year ago, plus. Anyways, financials. Well, pretty good shape. Own where I'm standing right now, and the one right behind the camera here. Own that free and clear. I pay cash, by the way, for houses and companies. So, am I rich? What's rich? Am I wealthy? Wealthy, I think. But what's wealth? See, you're getting to know me, aren't you? But think. What's wealth? Is it $100 million? I would say you're in the rich category, and that doesn't necessarily mean you even have wealth, by the way. But, and I'll just say this. The millionaires are a dime a dozen. That tells you a little bit about me. Read between the lines. Nothing special. Nothing special. In fine shape, but nothing special. So anyways, now you know about that with me. You see what I look like. You heard my financials, my whatever, I can't remember else what I talked about. Oh, my location and so forth. And my age, well, you can know that I'm over 21. So forth. So anyways, isn't this a lot better way of getting to know me? And if you want to talk to me about, do I act personable? Maybe there's some value to this. If you saw my little dancing videos, you can see I'm pretty sensuous, flirty. You can't probably tell I'm loving. I think you can, because I am. I think that comes through. Yeah, I love hard. I mean, and forever. I'm not one of infatuated today and gone tomorrow, no. And I use me as an example with my wife, the deceased wife. The love just kept growing for decades and decades. The twinkle in her eye and my eye. and the touch, the caress, it never died. The intimacy, very, every day, very. I mean, we would make love every day, but the intimacy it was the making love, and it was with right here on my shoulder type thing. We're talking and chatting and about everything, our innermost fears, our desires, our dreams, our ideas, our crazy things and great things to share for an hour or so, or two. So, can I communicate? Yes. Am I afraid to learn and grow? Well, again, if you get to know me a little better, or if you look at my videos, I teach finance stuff. I teach communications. One of my things, I'm a cognitive neuroscientist, but financial companies I've owned, I wrote learning to use money columns for decades with 100,000 readers that were, many of them, the wealthier ones, actually saved and referred back to my materials for years later. I know this for a fact because one fella called me up 6 years after I actually wrote that. And he read it to me. He says, I have everything you've ever written. I refer back to it all the time. So I know these things. But anyways, I care. I don't use fancy words and language. I don't dress fancy. I don't drive fancy cars. No. I don't need to show off. I'm for quality. And if you look at my videos about going into my nature preserve, my trails, sitting down along the creek in the picnic grove, how beautiful that is. I mean, and it's just so relaxing, but yet inspiring and energizing at the same time. The ideas, everything that just flows. Am I bound to be here? Now, is this place I'm at pretty awesome in its own ways? And yes, and it's nothing special, but it's awesome. But you know what? I would just said the same thing for the house that I stayed in, lived in for 13 years. Paid cash for that, of course. 13 years, Daytona Beach. Oh, and I should say, wrote another column down there too. Easy Riding Along with Us, read by many, many. But that's not talking about my seminars and whatnot and all the other good things. So psychological stuff, cognitive neuroscientist, I would say so. Anyways, I think you know too much about me already. No, not really. But, I did want to say this. And I'm adaptable. I'm not bound to be here. No. My point is, for that person, that special lady, no. If this works great, wonderful. If it does not, and you have a favorable setting, wonderful. I would love to do that. Or if neither, and we have something else, you have something else in mind, yes, we could do that too. So again, I'm not set in any ways, and so you don't have to fit into my world at all. I learn from everything. I grow from everything and everyone. I'd say that's a pretty good guy. And by the way, my word is my word. Nothing else matters, because fibs, taking the easy route, that's just, logic says it doesn't work, and I wouldn't want to do it any other way than be totally upfront. It's only fair. How are you going to grow if you have walls and and to finally figure each other out. No, I'm not like that. I'm totally open. Totally open. Totally open. Oh, I do have some baggage. Then I'm going to end. I have 2 dogs. They're more like kids. Right now, one of them's outside. Let me know they want the one Lulu wanted to go outside. Open the door. She's outside. There's no fences here or anything, and they can go anywhere. But they don't go nowhere until then. If they do want to go for walks and whatnot, they come up and they let me know because they don't want to go without me. We're family. So that's my baggage. They're great in cars, in the house. If you had a plate sitting on the chair, on the couch, they wouldn't touch it. I didn't teach them that. They're just pretty intelligent. It's just common sense. They figure things out. So you'd like them, you'd love them. But anyways, enough of that. For the first dating site, go to. Now you know me. Just call me Magic for now. And let me know if you're interested. Yeah. Let's keep this thing going. Let's make TikTok the dating capital of the country at least. Take care from your magic shoulder, your best friend.